Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to come and basically do a first trimester update. As you guys know, or if you guys don't know, I am expecting my first child. So I just wanted to come on and basically just to kind of tell you like my trials and tribulations of what I've experienced on my first trimester. So basically, I'm right now 17 and a half weeks. I'll be 18 weeks in actually tomorrow. So basically, what I've experienced through my first trimester, you know, people try to prepare you all the time for when you get pregnant, and I actually was not my husband and I weren't planning on we weren't trying. Let me just say that. We weren't trying at the time. We did plan on having, you know, trying in the future. Just not at that moment, but it happened. We're blessed. We have our little bundle on the way. So, I have always been like the type of person that has been extremely terrified of having a child, just because of the things that I've heard. And you know, you always fear the unknown. So that was me. I always feared the unknown. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to gain a whole bunch of weight. And that was just me. So basically, what I can say that I have experienced, thank God that I'm now 3 weeks out of my first trimester, and I cannot explain to you how much better I feel. So I'll start just from the beginning. When I first found out I was pregnant, I knew I was pregnant because I just wasn't feeling right, and my husband and I were out of town, and I just wasn't able to eat anything. Nothing satisfied me. I just didn't want anything to eat. So when we got back home, I was like, you know what? I just don't feel right. I need to go ahead and take a pregnancy test. So that's exactly what I did, and come and find out I was pregnant. So now that I am entering into my 5th month, I look back and I'm just like, oh my God, time is flying by, which it is. But I was excited, shocked, nervous, all of the above, just because, you know, it's something new. And I did have a miscarriage in the past. I have what is called a belated ovum, and that basically means that the pregnancy took, it just never went through. So I never had a full blown on egg, you know, a baby or anything like that. Thank God I didn't have one of those miscarriages where I saw my baby and miscarry. I could not probably bear to go through that, and that, you know, by itself was extremely, you know, it was heartbreaking, because you get excited about having a child, and then once you find out, you tell your family and all that. So this time around, when I found out, my husband and I did not tell anyone until I was 10 weeks. And just because, you know, you want to make sure that you're out of that safe zone. And actually, I'm sorry, I was 12 weeks. We didn't tell anyone because, you know, just want to make sure that you're out of that safe zone, and you don't want to go through, especially having gone through that, getting your family excited and then something happened again, and then you have to go through the explanation process all over again as to what happened and this, that, and the third. So I didn't want to go through that again. So we actually told our parents on Thanksgiving. We told our family on Thanksgiving, and everybody was ecstatic. And you know, everybody had been waiting for us to have a baby for so long, because my husband and I will be married in three years. It will make 3 years in July. So everybody was waiting. So everybody was ecstatic. But the things that I have experienced in my first trimester, they always say that your first trimester is the worst, your second trimester is the easiest, and I definitely, so far, I can agree. I haven't hit my 3rd yet, so I can't speak for that, but I definitely can testify to that. My first trimester, I didn't have any, I didn't actually, no, I'm sorry, I did vomit once, and thank God I didn't have like the vomiting every morning all day, because morning sickness, I don't know why they call it morning sickness, because it's not morning sickness, it's an all day thing. And I was just extremely, even though I wasn't physically throwing up, I was extremely nauseous all day long. So, I laid it in bed a lot. I rested a lot. I was so tired all the time, and I was just, I didn't feel like myself because I didn't have any energy. I was so tired, but I knew, at the end it would be all worth it. But the downfall of it was that, I just felt so tired, and it's something new. It takes a lot of energy out of you, so of course you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel drained. I didn't really have, actually I did have cravings in my first trimester. The only thing that I craved, which is terrible because normally I don't eat carbs. Normally I don't eat a lot of carbs, and I craved nothing but french fries. I could not keep anything else down. Every time I tried to eat something, it would make me nauseous. So the only thing that did not make me nauseous was french fries. So my husband, trying to care for me, wanted me to eat french fries every day, and I'm just like, no, I can't do it. I can't gain that weight. I can't do it. So I kept myself from doing it, and then I would opt for the healthy way, and I would make my own french fries at home and cook them in the oven instead of frying them. So that kind of helped me, keep me healthy and things like that, because you don't want to eat french fries every day. I would blow up. So I did not do that. Other than that, I really didn't have any cravings. What I did have that was probably one of the worst things was my heightened sense of smell. I could smell everything. I still have a pretty heightened sense of smell, but it's not as nearly as bad as it was in my first trimester. It got to the point to where it was so bad that I basically took out every single plug-in I had in my house, every single air freshener that I had in my car, took the ones out of my husband's car. I just, like, air fresheners, anything like that just drove me insane. So I did definitely notice that that was probably the worst thing. I could smell everything. So I know I drove my husband and my family crazy with that, because anything that I did not like, I was just like, I gotta get out of here. I can't smell this. So that is definitely one of the biggest downfalls. Let's see. What else? One of the good things that I did notice was my skin. My hair, my nails, everything is growing, still is growing. I know it has a lot to do with the prenatal vitamins, but your skin just, I always thought that when people would tell pregnant people that your skin is glowing or you're glowing, this, that, and the third, I was like, I always wonder why people said that, because I always felt like, how do you see somebody's skin glow? Like, that doesn't make sense, unless it's through makeup. Like, how do you see somebody's skin glow? But it really does have something behind it. My skin has never been better. The prenatal vitamins help so much, and I could not take the big horse pills that the doctor's office gives you. Those, I couldn't even swallow those. They're so big. So I actually opted for a different option and went and got the prenatal gummies, which are so much better because, they're tasty. They don't taste any different. They're not huge for you to swallow. So those were extremely easy. But they did definitely help my skin. And I had a lot of my friends tell me that even after they gave birth, they continued on with their prenatal vitamins and things like that. Let's see. I didn't really start to show till probably about my 13th week. So I am showing now, but I did not start to show till about my 13th week, and it was frustrating, and it still is frustrating because, you'll tell people you're pregnant, and I'm like, I'm 5 months pregnant. And even though to me, you can tell that I'm pregnant because I've always had a small waist and a small stomach. So I know that I'm pregnant because I now have a stomach, and I never had that before. And people look at you and they're like, you're pregnant? So it's frustrating because it's like you're in between. You have the in-between stage of people looking at you like, is she fat or is she just pregnant? So that is probably the most frustrating thing. And another thing that frustrated me the most, or still frustrates me the most, is when people come up to you, or people even through social media or your family or whatever, always want to guess what you're having. Oh, I think you're having a girl, or I think you're having a boy. That is like my pet peeve, because at the end of the day, I have an idea what I'm having, but you don't know, so don't tell me what you think I'm having, because when you find out, you'll find out. I don't think, you don't realize these things until you become pregnant, and then everyone says the same thing to you, and then when they say it, it's just like, oh my God. So, yes, I always get people say, I think you're having a boy, or I think you're having a girl, and blah, blah, blah. So, that is probably the most frustrating thing, and it could just be my hormones. I don't know, but it's just the most annoying thing. I cannot stand when people tell me that. Let's see. What else? That's really it. So far, now that I am in my second trimester, I feel really good. I have, my energy back. My energy is coming back. So, we will see. I will definitely keep you guys updated. But this is my first trimester, basically recap video. So, you guys stay tuned, and I will be posting a couple more videos also today. So, if you guys have any questions or any suggestions or anything, just drop it in the comment box below. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.